joining us, Rakeysh Omprakash Mehra. It's a pleasure to have you with us. You built something like 100 toilets by now, haven't you? Large number anyway.
Actually, 601 as of date.
601. Wow, information is out of date. So you're obviously going ahead at an express pace, faster than any of us can keep track of. So many, many congratulations for that. And a man sitting next to you is somebody, actually, let me go and do this. Afroz is the person who's cleaned up Versova. Can we just, applaud him for his efforts in cleaning up Versova? And Swati, who, is, of course, our environmental expert and a really fiery environmental editor for more than 20 years, will tell us why is it that humans can't sip and why do they need plastic straws? Swati's got the answer to that question.
Well, that's exactly, in this script I'm saying, opposable thumbs, we've managed to put a man on the moon and we require a straw to sip liquid. It's shocking. Yeah.
And how many of those straws end up on that beach which you try and clean?
Plenty, thousands and thousands.
Just in the US, 500 million straws are thrown every day. So that's just the US. So God
500 million straws?
500 million straws every day. Every time they go to the McDonald's, every time they get a beverage, every time they go to a restaurant, that plastic straw, they sip it, chuck it.
Oh my God.
500 million.
And we pick up by thousands at my beach, by thousands.
And you're not just picking up plastic straws, of course, then you have packets, milk packets by the thousands, I'm sure.
Thousands. You see, and they land up at the beach in a very peculiar way, Vikram. You people just cut it at the edge. So when we pick up, to get it out, it's a problem, to get the sand out of it. So it's a fight. It's just not a plastic pickup which you see manually. Now you have to get the sand off as well. It's this life of convenience, Vikram, which has devastated our planet. We want everything easy. Even you cut the milk packet in a particular way, that people who want to pick it up, it's a problem again. You will have to spend 5 minutes on the bag getting the sand off. This life of convenience is a major, major problem. And it starts with every individual, Vikram. It starts with me. I am not here to criticize anybody. The criticism is at me. I have done this mess. And I have littered it. And I have to get it back. Either it starts at my house or it starts at my beach. I have to decide and take it on.
Amitji?
Well, Afroz and me are old friends now.
Yeah.
And as I said, on KBC, we honor every Friday somebody who does a great amount of social work. And when I came to know about Afroz, I actually wanted to go and visit him. So I went to Versova Beach, I met him, and actually physically worked with him.
Yes.
In digging out what you're calling all the plastic that's sunk under the sand. And so you just don't pick out the plastic, but you have to remove the sand as well.
Yes.
And that's when I asked him, what can I do for you? And he said, I need an excavator, those big machines that can actually dig out this garbage that is sunk under the sand. And I need a tractor and a trailer, because all this garbage that I take out manually, I need to put it somewhere to take it away to a garbage dump. So I presented him an excavator and a tractor and a trailer, and I still have to go and inaugurate it. I don't know why you're waiting for that, Afroz.
No, I'm waiting for you, sir.
Go and start it and start working. That's the reason it was brought.
You see, getting
But the point really is that you cannot imagine what I saw when I went to Versova Beach. There's no beach. It's just a garbage dump. It's unbelievable. I don't know if we have some photographs of it.
Yeah, we'll put those
but
photographs.
It's just, you cannot believe what you see. This is not a beach like this.
Yes.
It's just a huge pile, sometimes 5 or 6 feet high. But this is after Afroz has been working, so it looks pretty cool. But on the left of this beach, on the further side,
absolutely,
if you have a look, I don't know if you look at this. This is the beach that you see, and it's just garbage, nothing else.
Where is the beach?
Exactly, that's what I want to know. And he said something very nice. He said, whatever you put into the ocean, वो आपको वापस सूद समेत वापस भेजेगा.
Yes,
so during monsoons, it throws back all this garbage back onto the beach.
It's an unbelievable sight.
May I ask, Afroz, where do you take this garbage after you've collected it?
I'll tell you, once you collect it, ideally, I would want to convert into the waste into energy. I'm no government, ma'am. I'm a citizen who's working, my volunteers are working. I'm working on that plan. Now it goes to a segregation center of BMC where they pluck out whatever they can and then they send it the rest to the garbage dump. Not a very pleasant answer. But then somebody will have to work around, which I'm working now, maybe 6 months, 8 months, will convert into energy.
We had Professor Vasudevan sitting on your chair just a short while back, and he was saying that he can convert a lot of that plastic into rolls and into tiles, so, you know.
But adding on to, I want to tell something to Bachchan sir, you know, I've been cleaning for 102 weeks. Not only me, thousands of volunteers. And Bachchan sir is somebody who actually came and held my hand very tightly. I said that on KBC show. You know, I get very emotional, Vikram, because I'm very emotional looking at what has happened to our ocean and what has happened to our marine ecosystem, the fishes. They are being battered day in, day out. And Bachchan sir came and held my hand. He, within 1 hour, knew what the problem was. Within 1 hour, he decided, I'm going to do this. And within 15 days, those machines landed at my beach. I mean, it was a wonderful, wonderful gesture. You know, thousands of volunteers are working. They revere Bachchan sir for this. They must have revered him for his acting, but they were telling me today how exciting, and that machine incidentally is called Jungli from Escorts. So we are saying we'll have Jungli so soon so that we clear this plastic jungle out soon.
You know, you can get a glimpse of that, and the cameras probably can't pan down, but there's a crowd of at least 100 maybe. There they are, they're all waving at you out there. Perhaps, Afroz, you can go there and tell them, now's the time for you to volunteer. Bachchan sir has sent those excavators.
If Bachchan sir
get to Versova Beach, and
yes.
all those people down there can start working.
It's remarkable, you know, for one person to just think like this. A lawyer by profession, continuing to do his job, suddenly gets up one morning and says, I'm going to start cleaning up the beach. I mean, where do you see such examples?
Absolutely.
Yeah. But there are about 20,000 other sites which we can think of, which we will give you the list of. So you've got to start worrying about cloning yourself.
Sorry, Vikram, can I just ask him a quick question?
Yeah, sure.
You know, because you've been doing this and you're cleaning all the debris, and it's very interesting you spoke about it being cut open and these, you know, apart from the mud, of course, and some of the water, how much marine life do you see trapped in these open plastic packets? Does that happen?
No. I see sometimes prawns, you know, which we eat at home. I see prawns trapped in that. I've seen crabs trapped in that. I've seen snakes trapped in that at my beach. And they're dead by the time we go there to pick it up.
Because they drown in the water that's
absolutely. They must have been choked, or they must have eaten those plastic. Imagine, Vikram, if we are told every morning you'll have your breakfast with 1 gram of plastic. We develop cancer over a period of time, and they have no tongue to shout out. They can't tell me. They can't petition the Chief Justice or the Chief Minister here saying that I'm suffering in this ocean. Can somebody help me?
Jayaji, the entire question, of course, about eating plastic, you know, there's so much talk about protecting cows. Actually, as much as marine life, the number of cows in India who die agonizing, painful, horrible deaths because they're eating plastic is in the millions. And that's something else that we should be talking about.
Well, I'm aware of it. I feel very strongly about these things, but
can I just drag you in on that toilet question and how you're rolling, how you built 600 of them in such a fast time?
I went for an event to Ahmedabad around 5 years ago, and next day morning it was an NGO event. So my friends, they took me to Sabarmati Ashram, and this was 50 years of my life I hadn't been to Sabarmati Ashram. And I happened to go there at 4:30 in the morning, and I sat under a tree, and I couldn't help wondering, this man strategized and got the freedom for India, was the architect for it, sitting here alone, of course with a team. And then in the ashram itself, I got to know about the work he had done with toilets. And there were these models of toilets, Amitji. Toilets he had built, and after that how the movement continued, and how you could make a toilet for 3,000 rupees and stuff like that. In fact, there was a restaurant where I went to have coffee, and we had to sit on a toilet seat out there, just to you to feel that it's not so alien, it's not a eek thing. So I'm part of this NGO called Yuva Unstoppable, and my job was to mentor them. We were around 20 of us, and we sat down and we said, let's stop everything and single-mindedly, whatever, let's just make toilets for the rest of our lives. we will not stop. It is endless. And we started. Right now we have 150,000 volunteers, many patrons, not just from India but from around the world. When I say 601 toilets, it is 601 schools we have adopted and slums we have adopted. So each site could have 10, 20, 30 toilets. So there are more than 10,000.
And maintained also by
Yeah,
all?
it's a self-sufficient model.
Okay.
So we have a system where it gets maintained for the next 2 years, and then we revamp it. We have a training staff and everything. And just now, the idea to adopt in Barmer in Jodhpur district of Rajasthan, the situation was non-existent. There were no toilets in schools. So the girls were leaving school on attaining puberty, like when they would turn 11, 12, 13. Suddenly, and imagine a girl not studying, that means a mother not studying, that means the whole family illiterate. And IIM Ahmedabad does an impact study for us month on month. And they have now, I'm very happy to share that almost there's an 86% rise in the sites we have done of the girls coming back to the schools as
That's
such.
wonderful.
This inspired me to carry on, and because I make movies, I just finished shooting a film called Mere Pyare Prime Minister. It is set in the Ghatkopar slums of Mumbai, which is Amrit Nagar. I shot with the people, with the children of the slums. We held an acting workshop for 3-4 months, and so they have acted in the film. It's a lovely story of an 8-year-old kid who wants to make a toilet for his single mother, she's 25 years old. So what I also realized, Afrosh, was this problem is an urban problem, not a rural problem.